My relationship with the Royal Court began maybe about 12, 13 years ago. I came to see something here. Or I came to do a workshop. I can't remember which came first. But I have been ever so slightly in love with this place since that time. I think the sense that you were somewhere that was dedicated to the quality of craft. You were dedicated to you were invested in a place that was where you didn't have to make apologies or excuses for who or what your particular creative persuasion was. Always this sense that yes, it's perfectly all right. Come in, let's find a way to make things work. Within saying that, there is also the awareness and the understanding that of the historical relevance of the Royal Court. You know, how it has been the launch pad for some pretty important writers and some important works. In your dream list, you want to tick off the Royal Court. It remains a bastion, dare I be so bold, but a bastion for expression, and that generations, as the world has turned, as society has changed, that generations of writers, of artists, of performers have felt and continue to feel that it is, you keep an ear out and an eye out for what's going on at the Royal Court. And that, for me, is the mark of somewhere that is special and valuable and vital. Talking to Terrorists, which was directed by Max Stafford Clark, was, I believe, the first time I saw verbatim theatre in action. And I was blown away. I was blown away not only by the form, but I was also blown away by the fact that here we were watching and listening and participating in something that was relevant to what was going on in the society, in our society. Things that were dangerous, that were elemental to the realities that were surrounding us. This was not allegory, this was not metaphor, this was the nub and stone of what was happening on the streets. You know, these far-off conflicts and wars were being dealt with up close and personal in the comfortable seats of the Royal Court auditorium. That, for me, was very, very powerful. In 2010 was the first preview of Clybourne Park. We knew during the rehearsal process that, okay, we're onto something quite interesting here. You know, this is a smartly written piece that's dealing with things that have not necessarily been dealt with on the English stage in such a sophisticated and blunt way. But the first preview was, I have never experienced anything like that. It was the sense that this must be what it's like for a rock star at Wembley Stadium. This is it, the energy of the hysteria, the laughter, the point of connection between the audience and the performer was so strong. And I remember standing in the second act when it all kicks off. I remember being on stage thinking, are we going to have to get off stage? Because they're going nuts. They're going absolutely bananas. There's this wall of noise and of energy and of just, you know, it's as if someone has dropped, you know, some weird gas that's made everyone go loopy. That, I have never experienced anything like that on stage. That was, and that was here at the Royal Court, you know, and that is, I don't think you get many moments like that over the course of a career, but that sticks with me. My wish for the next 60 years is that it continues to push the boundaries, continues to challenge, continues to be vital. And I think particularly in an environment where, you know, as much as we're privileged to live in a society where funding is expected in our industry, you know, we know the challenges that we face in the rest of society, and where, you know, everyone's livelihood is being threatened or compromised. But it is important that places such as the Royal Court, the work that the Royal Court is doing, continues to push those boundaries, continues to be an active and involved and entertaining sort of artistic beacon, if you like, within the arts ecology of this country. If the Royal Court didn't exist, I wouldn't believe that magic and madness and method could coexist so brutally, brilliantly, and beautifully upon the stage.